America is not a racist country.
This evening, a Columbia charter school teacher was fired today. The Clear Dot charter educator is accused of writing a racial slur on his classroom board in September. And today, activists and parents held a protest outside of that school. Our Adam Mincer was there and is live now. And Adam, at this protest today, parents were really trying to just demand an equal and fair environment for their children because of all of the accusations of this teacher are pretty harsh.
Billie Jean and Dondi, the accusations are extremely harsh. I would go so far as to saying what parents are alleging happened is a 6th and 7th grade teacher wrote a racial slur on his board saying, "Shut up, N-word," but he spelled out that racial slur. And this actually happened, these parents say, a few months ago at the start of the school year. But they say they didn't learn about it until they overheard their children talking during a carpool. The parents who are here say the teacher wrote the slur on the board after one student said it to the other. According to parents, he wrote it down to remember to tell administrators about it.
I personally feel as though he was just being a little facetious when he did it, because why else would you write that? I can't figure out any other reason why he would do that in a class full of African American students.
School officials didn't want to release the teacher's name while they are still conducting investigation into other potential actions, but said what they heard from parents here today was enough to have him walked out of the school.
Staff members and teachers confirmed that there is something that was written on the board.
The new allegations today, we made a decision.
According to a letter from the South Carolina Department of Education, the teacher has faced allegations of racist and anti-Semitic views in the past, but no action was taken because of a lack of evidence.
We actively investigate everything that's brought to us. As Mr. B stated, the State Department had conducted a prior investigation, and the outcome of that had been that there was no involvement. That gives me limited options as an employer. The safety and comfort of my students is paramount to me.
Parents at the protest say they were proud of what their group of fewer than a dozen people were able to do in less than 2 hours.
I'm not my ancestors. I'm going to stand up for what's right. I want my daughter to be included and feel included in any and everything that she does in this country.
Dr. Ott, who is the principal of this school, tells me that the students are about 80 to 85% African American out of the whole student body. The teacher that we're discussing here is a white male. I should also add I reached out to the South Carolina Department of Education for more details on the incident that was discussed today and previous allegations. They would not comment on either of those. Reporting live from Columbia, Adam Mincer, WIS News 10.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you saw this story. Actually, I saw this story a few weeks ago, and it kind of slipped through the cracks over the week, but it was always my intention on doing this story. So this comes out of Columbia, South Carolina, and the teacher wrote a racial slur on the chalkboard. Parents did not find out about this until several weeks later when their children were talking about it. And this is why it is very important for you to keep the line of communication open with your children. And you let them know from the start if anything is inappropriate or you feel it's not right, that they should talk to you about it. You know, it's a shame that they didn't find this out exactly around the time when it happened back in September. So, but I'm glad the parents did react. I think just firing them is not enough. I think license need to be revoked when they have an issue with being in a classroom with children that don't look like them. And, I used to often wonder years ago, why, if these people don't like us, why do they want to be in a classroom with us? And that's to destroy the psyche and confidence within your Black children. That's what they are there for. They're not there to build them up. They are there to destroy. And if you are going to send your children to somebody that don't have their best interests at heart, then you better be on the other end to build your children back up after they've been in the presence of these folks. So, as you heard, it was a white male teacher that did this, and this was at a charter school in Columbia. So, of course, when everything came to light, the teacher was fired. And parents, stop being shocked and appalled. You know, this whole foundation was built on racism. Nobody should be shocked and appalled over racism 5 centuries in. Come on now. They're not going to stop this stuff until they're actually stopped and shut down. And that has not happened yet. So I believe the school did the right thing, but I don't believe this person should be free to go and apply for a job in another school district. You know, whenever these things occur and it's a clear case of racism, teacher licenses need to be revoked. If they want to go back out in the workforce, they're going to have to find something else to do, but not get back in front of children. So, you know, when it comes down to teachers, it's very similar to what they do to police officers. They'll fire them, but as long as they have an active peace license, they can just go somewhere else and be a menace there too. No, no, they need to be shut down completely, you know, and take pensions away. You got to hit these people where it hurts. But just firing them, that's never seems to be enough when these certain allegations come up. So, mm, mm, mm. So of course you heard the expression from director and also another teacher that claim they're against these things. They're always against these things when they get caught, ladies and gentlemen. That that is of no shock whatsoever. You know, everybody is always against racism, but racism never seems to go away. So that is very telling. You know, I think a lot of things are said, but they really truly don't mean it. They don't mean it. It's just like when you see things happen on jobs. It'll be nooses hung or some racism written on some wall, like some teenagers going in a bathroom and writing stuff on the wall. And these companies will all claim diversity. But the moment the victim of that racism, somebody, a noose get hung by their desk and they go and complain, they get rid of the victim and the perpetrators get to stay on the job. Then you can't say you're for diversity. How are you for diversity? No, you're not. You know, it's just something to say to make your company look and sound good, but you don't really mean those things at all. So it's no different when it comes down to teachers. There, unfortunately, this one teacher in Columbia, South Carolina, he's one of many in classrooms all across America. And it's going to continue on because enough will never get done about it. This is why, if you are able to keep your children out of these toxic environments, you should do it. But I know, even looking at this, there are many parents that will overlook this and still push your kids out the front door. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.